Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss some topics. Before discussing the topic, just I want to ask some questions. Okay. As we all know that surrounding us, just we are observing different types of organisms like plants, animals, some other animals, including microorganisms. Yes, varieties of the organisms present on the planet, right? So, and what we can understand that every organisms reproduce and give rise to offsprings, but here what my question, as we knew that each and every organisms can reproduce, other animals, plants, microbes, including microorganisms, right? But what my question, what process involved in that, how the organisms reproduce, what kind of process involved in that, do you know that? Yes. What is that? Reproduction. Reproduction. So here, first of all, we are going to learn about that what is the meaning of reproduction, right? The ability of organisms. Why we are calling about this ability? Why we are telling about the ability? The ability of organisms produce new individuals of the same species. Once again, ability of organisms produce new individuals or new offsprings of the same species is known as reproduction. Same species means animals, and humans, plants, that is nothing but same species. Okay, that is known as reproduction. Do you think that all the animals are reproduced by the same method? No, right? Because some other organisms reproduce by the different methods and different situations. What are the different methods? Suppose for example, some other organism like a amoeba, paramecium, from single celled organisms to multicellular organisms. Every organisms can reproduce by the process of reproduction. New offsprings or new individual. Suppose for example, amoeba is just as we all know that it is a single cell organism. That means all the functions are accomplished by only single cell. All the function means growth pattern, respiration, reproduction, all the systems are involved by the single cell. Then how the amoeba reproduce? Amoeba splitting into two daughter organisms, right? It is one type of reproduction. Two daughter, each organism contains one single cell, right? And some other organisms like say for example here, one more organism, paramecium also can reproduce new offsprings or new individual by the process of binary fission. Binary fission means, say for example, it is a paramecium. The wall of the parameciums are surrounded by small hair-like structures are known as cilia. Cilia means importance of the cilia. Cilia are responsible for the movement, locomotion. So that the locomotory organs of the paramecia, cilia. Right? Here what my question here? Binary fission. During favorable condition, amoeba splits into this paramecium split into two daughter organisms or two daughter paramecia by the process of binary fission during favorable condition, right? In that contain two nucleus, one is the macronucleus and second one micronucleus. Micronucleus means small nucleus is known as micronucleus and large nucleus is known as macronucleus. Yes, okay. And whatever it so, these organisms can reproduce new offsprings or new individuals by the process of binary fission during favorable condition. And another important aspect, during unfavorable condition, how these organisms produce new individuals. During unfavorable conditions, the two parameciums comes and contact with each other, right? These two parameciums comes and contact with each other. At the same time, this wall of the paramecia, the two paramecium comes and contact with each other. At the same time, the cytoplasmic bridge will be dissolved. Cytoplasmic bridge will be dissolved. At the same time, just we can recognize the exchanging of the genetic material from one paramecia to another paramecia. When it is occurs during unfavorable condition, the two paramecia comes and contact with each other, and at the same time the exchanging of the genetic material from one paramecia to another paramecia. By this we can understand that, what we can understood that each and every organisms can reproduce, but organisms are reproduce new individuals or new offsprings by the different methods, by different situations. So it is a one type of reproduction. So this is the nothing but conjugation process. Conjugation process is nothing but a sexual mode of reproduction. It is a asexual mode of reproduction because of only single organisms are involved. That is asexual mode of reproduction. Sexual mode of reproduction, why we can call it as it is a sexual mode of reproduction, because the two paramecia comes and contact with each other. At the same time, the materials exchanging from one paramecia to another paramecia. So hence therefore it is also called as conjugation process. Conjugation is nothing but sexual reproduction. Got my point? Yes. So here one more important aspect here. Here reproduction broadly can be classified into two categories. One is asexual mode of reproduction. Asexual mode of reproduction. Second one, sexual mode of reproduction. Right. Here let us discuss about what the asexual mode of reproduction and what the sexual mode of reproduction. In the process of asexual mode of reproduction, only single organisms are involved. Single organisms, only one organisms are involved. And here in the process of asexual mode of reproduction, no gametes are formed. No gametes, right? And one more important aspect here, single organisms, no gametes, and no genetic variations in the process of asexual mode of reproduction. No genetic variations. Why? What the reason? What the behind the reason? Because of here, no, only one organisms, single organisms are involved. That is the asexual mode of reproduction. And sexual mode of reproduction. Sexual reproduction means here two organisms in the process of the sexual mode of reproduction. Two organisms are involved. Two organisms. Two organisms means male and female. And here gametes are formed. Gametes. Male gamete and female gamete. Gametes. Gametes. And here in the process of the sexual mode of reproduction, we can observe genetic variation. Genetic variations. So that is the difference between the asexual mode of reproduction and sexual mode of reproduction. So here now, here gametes. What are the gametes? I think that we have studied in the previous classes, and the previous class, 6th class, 7th class, 8th class. Suppose for example here, gametes. Here testis and ovaries, male structure and female structures. Testis produces sperm cells. Ovaries produce ova. This is the male gamete. Sperm cells are nothing but male gamete, right? This ova is nothing but female gamete. Female gamete, right? Male gamete and female gamete, right? So here the fusion of the male and female gametes, the fusion means attaching. The fusion of male female gametes are known as fertilization. What is this? Fertilization. What is the meaning of fertilization? Fertilization means the fusion of male and female gametes are known as fertilization process. During the process of fertilization, here zygote is going to be formed. Again zygote develops into embryo. Again embryo develops into fetus. Zygote again develops into embryo, again embryos develops into fetus. Fetus means from the 3rd month of pregnancy of embryo is known as fetus, right? So here one more important aspect here, one thing here, just we have to learn about this fertilization process. Some animals, some organisms, the process of the fertilization takes place inside of the body of organisms. Inside of the body of organisms. Inside of the body of organisms means internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. Internal fertilization means the process of the fertilization takes place within the body of female organism is known as internal fertilization. Can we say the examples of the internal fertilization? Yes. All higher animals including human beings. So all the higher animals including human beings, the process of the fertilization takes place within the body of female organism is known as internal fertilization. All higher animals. Next, second one, external fertilization. External. External fertilization means the process of external fertilization takes place without the body of female organisms is known as external fertilization. What we can say the examples of the external fertilization? Fish. We can say the best examples of the external fertilization, fish and frog. Here both of them are comes under the external fertilization, right? Okay. Now let us study about the here we knew that what the male gametes, what the female gametes, where it is produced, right? Okay. Here if we observe the diagrammatical sperm cell, if we observe the structure of sperm cells, see here, so structure of sperm cell, this is the head region. Inside the head just we can observe the here cytoplasm, this is a nucleus, and the top of the head region and a special structure is known as acrosome, and this one neck, and here below this one of the important structure that is known as mitochondria. Yes, mitochondria. Next, it is a tail part, tail, right? This entire the structure head region, head. Now let us discuss about the each and every part of the structure, right? The nucleus is present in the head. The top of the head region, one special structure is known as substances, acrosome. What is the major role of acrosome? Acrosome is responsible for the fertilization. Already just now we have been discussing about the importance of the fertilization. What is the fertilization process? The fusion of male female gametes. So it is responsible for the fertilization, right? Okay. Acrosome is helpful for the process of fertilization. That means, suppose for example, it is a ova. Always these sperm cells are motiles. Motiles means just moving from place to place. Moving from place to place and directly just approached with the ova for the fertilization. Right. Whenever the sperm cells approached with the ova at the same time, the wall of the ova will be dissolved by the action of acrosome. By the action of acrosome. So that is important for acrosome. Next one, here neck part. Neck region connect between the two parts. This part and head part and middle piece. Right? It is a neck part, this middle part. This neck connect between the head region and middle part. And very most important parts, it is a mitochondria. So as we all know that what the importance of the mitochondria. Mitochondria are responsible for the releasing energy. The energy is helpful for the movement of sperm cells. Energy. So therefore, these mitochondria are also called as powerhouse of the cell. Why we can call it as a powerhouse of the cell? Because these mitochondria provide energy for the movement of the sperm cells. Movement means motiles, means moving from place to place. Yes. So the last part, tail part. Tail is helpful for the locomotion. Because of always the sperm cells are motiles, the lifespan of the sperm cell is also 72 hours, means 3 days. 72 hours. Yes, yes, the lifespan of the sperm cell. So here that is the importance of these sperm cells. And ova lifespan, ova are non-motiles, means not moving from place to place, fixed and firm in the particular position, not moving, not motiles, right? And the ova lifespan of the ova 24 hours, 24 hours, 1 day. That is the lifespan of ova. So this we can, by this we can understand that how the sperm cell and ova approaching and approaching each together. During the process of the fertilization, this two, what is going to be formed here? Zygote. Again zygote develops into what we discussed, embryo. Finally embryo develops into fetus. Fetus means just now that what we have been discussed, from the 3rd month of pregnancy of embryo is known as fetus. So, and one more important aspect here, some other organisms produces giving birth to young ones directly. Birth to young ones directly. Those are nothing but viviparous animals. Viviparous. Viviparous. Viviparous means which organisms, which animals giving birth to young ones directly is known as viviparous animals. Examples, all animals include human beings. Oviparous means oviparous. Oviparous animals means which organisms, which animals laying eggs are known as oviparous. Birds, egg laying mammals, all the egg laying mammals are comes under the oviparous. Got my point? Okay students, did you understand each and everything? Today we have been discussed about the small introduction parts of the reproduction. Regarding this, we will be sent each and everything to your groups.